Hey everyone, Blaze here. Welcome to the second anime pickups for the month of February, right at the end of March. But hey, I've got a couple of NIS things, a awesome movie, although it's actually not an awesome movie, but it's a double dip. Whatever, we'll talk about it when we get there. And I've also got 6 Sentai Blu Rays that I got in that crazy sale that was on Right Stuf. So we're going to start with those. Yeah, so first up we got Rurouni Kenshin, the new Kyoto arc. This was only $7.50 in the sale. It's Region A only, and it's dubbed. I haven't watched all of Rurouni Kenshin yet, and in fact I've only seen 11 episodes of the TV series. I should really see the movies and OVAs. They're highly acclaimed, considered some of the best anime you can ever see. At least the OVA is, I think, from the 90s, Reflection. But yeah, this is another OVA that kind of just popped up. I mean, they're doing they're doing, or have done actually, a trilogy of live action movies, and I'm wondering if at some point someone said, why don't we just make a couple more episodes of the anime at this point, because why not? And yeah, I think that's how this came about. But yeah, so like I said, I've only seen 11 episodes of the TV series. I'd like to see the TV series this year. I've been meaning to watch it for a long time, all the way through. I know that like the last third of it is complete filler, kind of like Naruto, where it kind of has an ending, and then there's like 30 episodes of filler, which, yeah, Naruto has an ending, and then there's 80 episodes of filler, but anyway, yeah, I'm still hopeful I will enjoy this series. I like a good old samurai show, so yeah, that's Rurouni Kenshin, the new Kyoto arc. Next up was another one that was $7.50 in the sale. This is PlanZet. This is a Comics Wave, 50-minute film, Region A only, sorry, Region A only, and dubbed. Yeah, this is kind of strange for Comics Wave in that they're like a experimental studio. They do like lots of shorts and movies, like 50-minute movies like this one. And yeah, they primarily do stuff in CG, like computer generated animation, but not always, but pretty much most of the time. And but yeah, this is a strange one because this is the first time they'd ever done anything that was photorealistic. I can't recall anything else in their catalogue that's been like this. Although saying this is actually not very good. Apparently, like the ratings for this are pretty bad. But you know, $7.50. I always like seeing the Comics Wave stuff. I've always interested to see that stuff. I haven't seen all of it by any means. In fact, I probably haven't even seen half of that stuff yet. But I do like seeing it. They're always interesting stories. They always have like multiple different directors, you know, and yeah, it's like Studio 4C, you know, experimental animation to some extent with short stories. And yeah, so this is PlanZet. Like I said, not very highly rated. It's a mecha sci-fi story. Aliens basically turn Earth into a dystopian society by eradicating most of the human population, and a small pocket of humans decide to get their revenge using giant robots. It's basically the mecha story. Mecha story 101. Okay, next is Phi Brain Season 2. This is the main thing I wanted to get in the sale. When I saw these for going only $10 each, I was really, really excited for them. Because I have Season 1, and yeah, I obviously wanted Season 2. Phi Brain, though, is in sort of a limbo at the moment. I mean, it's cool that we got almost 50, in fact, over 50 episodes, I think. Yeah, 50 episodes across the 2 seasons, and but there is a Season 3 that Sentai have licensed, but they have never released. Like, it's been in limbo for ages, and yeah, in fact, at the recent anime Boston Sentai Filmworks panel, someone asked, and they said, we have no news for you. So I really don't know what's going on with Season 3. I worry that we're probably never going to get it, because hey, these were all $10 each. Like, Season 1 was in the sale as well. Obviously, I didn't buy it twice. So, yeah, I already had it. But, yeah, these were all $10 each, which, you know, would suggest that these haven't been great sellers for them. I mean, you know, they're dubbed in English and everything, so they must have been expensive to produce. They're a Sunrise Shonen series, like, probably cost a bit of money to license as well. And, yeah, they don't seem to have been huge sellers, which is unfortunate. And I just wonder if Season 3, even though Sentai have licensed it, is never going to get released, which would really suck. I hope that one or two scenarios is going on. One, Sentai are slowly dubbing the series, kind of like they did with Golgo 13, in order to minimise the cost of the dub, just doing it really slowly as and when they have the voice actors in. For other shows, they're like, hey, let's just do a little bit for Phi Brain Season 3 as well. You know, rather than having to get them in separate studio sessions, and obviously that would cost more. So yeah, I feel like that's possibly what's going on. The other scenario is Sentai are just trying to figure out a way to release season 3 sub only and not piss people off. Honestly, I would be happy for them to do that. They just come out and say, "Hey, there's a justify the reason why you can't dub the final season and release it on Blu Ray, and just come out and say, hey, we can't dub it. Not enough people bought it, but hey, here's season 3 for all of you that have bought the show already. At least you'll have all of it. We apologise that we couldn't do a dub for it, but them the breaks, I feel like that's perfectly fine. Like, as long as you explain it to people, like some people will get peed off and won't buy the 3rd season. But, I think enough people, especially if they're fans of the show, would definitely pick up the 3rd season. Obviously, I don't know if I'm a fan of this series yet. I haven't actually picked it up. Watched it. I have picked it up, obviously. But yeah, I haven't watched it. But I look forward to it. It seems like a show that could be really good. I like mysteries and shows, and this kind of plays on, like, I think it's, like, logic puzzles and all that sort of stuff, I think. Like, as a shonen series, instead of doing fighting, they're more or less trying to figure out go through these puzzle challenges and stuff using logic and the like. I believe that's what this show is. But anyway, that's Phi Brain. I'm happy to have both seasons now, and I look forward to eventually watching that, hopefully sometime this year. And then the final thing I picked up in the sale, I honestly regret. I regret buying this. There's a couple reasons why I did buy it. One reason was obviously the price. It was really cheap. They were $10 per season. And the second reason is because there's a tagline on the front of both the covers on these that, yeah, we'll get to it when I show you, I guess. But yeah, I picked up seasons 1 and season 2 of AKB 0048. Yeah, this is an idol series. It kind of has sci-fi trappings, but in the end, it's just an idol shoujo series. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like idol culture. It doesn't appeal to me at all. I like seeing some of the funny music videos and just the absurdity of idol culture. But as a genuine enthusiast of anything like that, it doesn't. I wouldn't say it creeps me out, but it kind of does a little bit. But, not fully. It's just something that doesn't appeal to me at all. But, yeah, the reason why I picked these up was, yeah, one, they were cheap, and I was like, oh, cool, 2 dubbed. These are both dubbed. And, yeah, 26 episode series for, $26 on Blu Ray, dubbed and everything. Yeah, but the main reason is, you can see on the cover there, hopefully you can see it, it says from the creator of Macross and Escalaflone. Those are 2 of my absolute favourite shows. Both are in probably my top 50 shows that I've ever seen. They're great. The original Macross, which it might not actually be referring to the original Macross, but anyway, yeah, the original Macross and Escalaflone are 2 amazing series, and they're both series that involve. Yeah, they both have shoujo elements in them, but they both also have giant mecha in them. I mean, sort of in Escalaflone. They're basically mecha. And yeah, and in the case of Macross, it actually does have idol culture in it. That's a theme that goes across the entire Macross franchise. But yeah, it's sort of and it's fine. In the original Macross, it didn't really bother me that much. I actually liked some of the songs that I think there's Minmay on it that in the original Macross that sings. My boyfriend is a pilot and stuff. I like those songs, little jaunty little things. They're alright. But anyway, yeah, the reason why I kind of regret buying this is that I thought this had mecha in it. I thought these girls were idol singers and pilots that maybe did fights and stuff. But eventually, because I sort of watched the trailer and I saw mecha in it. But then I watched the trailer again after I bought these and I was like, oh no, wait a minute. Pretty sure that mecha is just part of their stage show. I might be wrong still, but that's kind of what it looked like. And yeah, this series is basically after a major apocalyptic war on Earth, the human civilization spreads across the stars and across all these different planets. And basically, a lot of these planets end up the government, dystopian governments. They basically banned entertainment for some reason, because it empowers people and could challenge the government basically through the power of music and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, they ban it. But don't worry, humans. These teenage girls are going to come and save us with their corporate pop music. Yeah, it's so stupid. They're going to come and free the human race. They're going to go against the curve, against the government, and fight with their crappy idol culture music. which is the most corporate fucking music you can imagine. But anyway, yeah. So it's kind of stupid, really. And yeah, it's called AKB0048. They named themselves after, obviously, the most famous idol band, at least as far as I'm aware, AKB48. And yeah, that's kind of a play on that. I think this may actually have members of AKB48 in it, in the Japanese, and maybe in the English, because obviously I doubt they dubbed these songs, so it might be AKB48 who actually sing the songs. I imagine probably, given that it's AKB0048, I would be surprised if they were able to use that name and not have the members actually in the show. I don't know, but anyway, this is season 1. But yeah, I regret buying this, honestly. I have no idea if and when I will ever get around to watching this. The only silver lining to this is that these were $20 for both. And that's like, what, 14 to 15 pound? Like, there's no way I won't make my money back on these. I can't remember if I showed you all that. So yeah, I could probably sell these on eBay and at least get my money back, if not make actually a small profit on them. So yeah, not the worst purchase in the world, but certainly a stupid one, really. I probably should never have done that. Anyway, last year I picked up Harlock Space Pirate on Blu Ray, the Steelbook edition that we got in the UK. It is beautiful. Let's get to something that Blaze really likes after all that idol stuff. Leiji Matsumoto, Leijiverse stuff is awesome. So yeah, I picked this up. Only problem is, even though it's on Blu Ray, the Blu Ray only contains the international cut of the movie, which is basically a dub which is edited. It changes the names of most of the characters except for Harlock himself. It's not very good. It's not very good. The Japanese version is also included in this set, but it's only on DVD, which sucks. And that was kind of a thing that Toei seemed to do across the all international releases. I think the only release up until just a few months ago, the only release that came out with the Japanese version in high definition on Blu-ray was in Hong Kong, but the subtitles were, I think the subtitles were okay, but they still had the wrong names for the characters, like apart from the English script, but the actual subtitles were perfectly readable or whatever. But anyway, in America, Harlock Space Pirate last year came out on DVD from a company called Ketchup Entertainment, whoever the fuck they are. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And thankfully, though, a company called Twilight Time have now released Harlock Space Pirate on Blu-ray in America, and this contains the movie in high definition, the Japanese cut of the movie. Also, it does still have the international cut on the second disc, but the Japanese version of the movie is included, unedited, uncut, with the original subtitled names, proper everything. It's all here. Thank God for that. So yeah, I have the movie now in proper high definition in Japanese, which is good. Anyway, so yeah, Twilight Time, who are they? They're a company that basically release cult films, just sort of like unknown films to some extent to the general populace, I guess. And they do it in limited numbers, and so this is limited to 3,000 units, which is more than enough for freaking a CG version of Harlock. I can't imagine these are going to be selling out too quickly at that print number, but anyway. So yeah, we've got Harlock Space Pirate. I had to import it from America, but I'm glad I did. Obviously, I'm a huge Leijiverse fan. You only have to look behind me. Just there. All of that is Leijiverse stuff. Yeah, I have everything that's been released in the world, I think, in English. This is Leijiverse, because I also have Galaxy Railways OVA that came out in Hong Kong, because it had English subtitles on it. But anyway. Yeah, so pick this up. I'm not actually a huge fan of this film. It's the most expensive anime film ever made. It costs like $30 million for Toei to make. I'm pretty sure it might actually be the most expensive CG film, but I think it might be the most expensive film. I can't quite remember. But anyway, I'm not actually a huge fan of this film. It is a visual spectacle to behold. Looks gorgeous. Seeing all, like, I like the photorealistic redesigns they've done for the characters. Like, they did a really good job of like bringing over the Leiji Matsumoto look into something that looks more human and believable. Like, Harlock looks really great. The redesign of Mimi, who's my favourite character from the Harlock franchise, the alien that stays by Harlock's side. There she is. There. it's like a green elf thing in this one. She's much more human than the other ones, but I actually didn't mind her redesign at all. I think she looks really cool. But the film itself, not really a big fan of it. The story in it is kind of just not that interesting. So it really is a visual spectacle, really, and it is an amazing visual spectacle. Like, this is an extraordinarily good looking film, and some of the set piece elements in it, especially with the Arcadia like smashing through like waves of enemy line ships in space, it just looks amazing. So yeah, I recommend it for die-hard fans of the Leijiverse stuff and Harlock, especially, of course. But for anyone else, like, I honestly don't think it's worth your time because it's not a particularly great story. But yeah, I obviously wanted to have it, and yeah, I've even double dipped on it, despite my opinions on the actual story of the film itself. But yeah, I have everything Leijiverse, and I will always have everything Leijiverse. So yeah, I've got 2 more things left here, and we've got My Little Monster, yet another NIS edition I needed. I've watched this one already. I really liked it. I do have some negative thoughts about it, but let's stick with the positive first. This is a really colourful, vibrant, fun, romantic comedy with really likeable characters. Like, the main cast of about, I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, about 5 characters, kind of 6, but more 5, is really, really likeable. Like, they're just great fun to be around. Like, I ended up watching 8 episodes of this like that. I could have watched more, but I ended up having to go somewhere, so... But yeah, I watched 8 episodes of this, just so easy. I didn't even intend to. I was just like, let's just watch an episode or 2, see what it's like, and I just carried on watching. It was really good. So, yeah, it's a really good show. My negatives on it, though, is that so far as, like, a romantic series is concerned, it's not really that great. Like, there's not a lot of tension going on. Like, the relationship between these 2 characters, which I hope isn't a major spoiler. I'm pretty sure it's obvious. They're on the main cover, but... yeah, and it's set up in like episode 1 anyway. Yeah, it kind of like just flip-flops all the time, and it doesn't seem to really have no rhyme or reason for doing that. And there's no real tension in it. There's no bad blood in it. It's just kind of very light, fluffy. But yeah, it just seems kind of, you kind of wonder, like, why am I committed to this? Other than the actual characters themselves, like the actual romance in this is not really something to get too committed to. Because it's just not really that overly interesting, honestly, I don't think. And it has its moments, but really, for the most part, it doesn't really draw you in like it will for something that's, I don't know, like, I feel like Kimi ni Todoke is, like, a similar show with, like, some fun characters in it, and really likeable characters, but it takes the romance side of it way more seriously than this does. There is a love triangle in this as well, which, again, though, it plays no real threat to the main relationship between these 2 characters, so again, it's just kind of seems sort of pointless. The jokes that the love triangle brings up are kind of funny. There's a few elements, especially with this character's reactions, that kind of are good. In fact, it's this character that is one of the major, well, not major, but he's one of the, like, the more flawed parts of the show. He's really likeable, but he's far too simple and far too innocent. He's obviously played for laughs, and that's kind of okay, I guess. That's kind of the point of the show. But again, like, it just seems to juxtapose, like, the seriousness of trying to be in a relationship and all that sort of stuff, when this guy is just way too freaking simple. I mean, he juxtaposes her, I guess, which is kind of the main point of it. But I don't know, there's this occasion I was like, this guy's meant to be, like, what? I don't know how old the characters are, like 16, 17 or something, like... It just doesn't work occasionally. Like, it's just like, come on, like, he's way too simple. Like, he's like a child sometimes. It's played for laughs and it can be cute and all, I guess, but again, it's just a little bit frustrating on occasion. But anyway, so we've got My Little Monster, another more standard NIS edition. Again, I like the long boxes way more than these, but anyway, she's one of the main other characters. She's funny. And yeah. Like, there's a lot to like in this show if you like shoujo series, and yeah, I would recommend checking this one out. Like, it's really good. It's really fun. Unfortunately, it's not finished though. I didn't mention that. The story doesn't really go anywhere, and the manga is finished, but I don't know if there's going to be a second season of the anime, because it came out a long time ago now. Well, not a long time ago, but I think it was a 2011 series or early 2012. I think, I can't actually remember, but. Yeah, that might not actually be true. It might even be 2013. I honestly don't remember, so I'm not going to pretend I do. But yeah, either way, like, you know, the manga's finished. If there's going to be a second season, it needs to happen soon, you'd think. But anyway, oh yeah, and this is a region A only, but it does include Blu Ray and DVD, and it's obviously subtitle only. It's pretty much 95% of all NIS releases are sub only. But again, we've got the episode guide and stuff. I don't like these books compared to the long boxes. These books, I mean, they're great. They are great. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. They're way better than what you get in most releases by a long shot. But they're so tightly bound, and I just feel like then just the quality, like, it's just not the same. It really isn't. I think it's such a shame that NIS didn't stick to their guns with the long boxes. I know they're hard to store for a lot of people, but honestly, if you have a bookcase, they're really easy to freaking store. Like, if you just have something that's a double, you know, a 28 centimeter. I know it's America do inches, but a 28 centimeter, you know, one that you can fit two rows of DVDs against, like, you know, that's all you need, and you can put NIS collections in just fine. Like, that's all you need. But anyway, yeah, that's My Little Monster. Holy crap, this video is really long. Crap. Anyway, Pilot's Love Song. This is a spin-off to Princess and the Pilot. This is the last thing I picked up for February. And yeah, look at this art box. It's so awesome. They did a wraparound one. They've never done that before. I was hoping, actually, when they went to this sort of packaging, they were going to do wraparound art boxes way more often. But yeah, at the moment, this is the only one they've done. I really like a good wraparound art box, and this certainly is one, especially when you've got the centre point for the plane. It looks really cool. So yeah, I've watched Princess and the Pilot, which is, like I said, this is a spin-off of that, which is another film. It's a film that NIS put out as well. I really like Princess and the Pilot, and again, I've come to this conclusion that even though I'm not, like, into planes or anything, like, it's in my blood. My dad loves planes, but it's it's never interested me. But when it comes to animation, especially like seeing aviation, just seeing the planes fly through the sky and stuff, it looks really cool, and I'm beginning to really like that. Like, you know, when you've got, because normally in anime, when you see stuff flying around and doing battles, it's normally giant robots, and that's all great and all, but occasionally it is cool to just see like these little planes, something a bit more realistic. And yeah, because it's something that you know exists in the real world, and you might have seen it on television or in real life. Yeah, it's just kind of cool to see that stuff animated. It's just a bit more believable, and it really brings the sense of the wonder of animation out, at least it does to me. So yeah, I really like Area 88. I really like Princess the Pilot, the film. The Last Exile's another one that's, you know, they're not actually realistic planes, but they're not mecha, like these steampunky things, and yeah, those were cool as well. So yeah, I'm hoping I will like this series. It's not hugely highly rated. It seems pretty average. It's Blu Ray only, this one, and Region A only, and subtitles obviously. I think it's just a spin off. I don't believe it's a prequel or sequel or anything like that. I know, in fact, I know it's not. It's just a spin off. Or maybe it's a prequel spin off thing, but it doesn't really have any ties to the actual show, the movie, sorry, other than it's set in the same universe, I guess. But anyway, again, the book is really great. Like, you've got the episode guide, you've got these blue pages that look really, really cool. Again, like, there's so much information in here, so much that a show like this would never get from another company, you know? And that's really great and all. But again, this book, really tightly bound, nowhere near as nice as it would have been if it was in the long box. But anyway, that's everything for February in this stupidly long video. So if you've made it to the end, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you listening to my mumbles. Anyway, so yeah, I've been Blaze. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some March anime pickups, because I have some of those already, obviously. Everything's pretty much here, so I could be doing those pretty soon. So yeah, I've been Blaze. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.